I don't think so. Listen, AD should have won Defensive Player of the Year. I've said that for the last few months. Anthony Davis is the best, most versatile, do-it-all defender in all of basketball. And he showed that by being able to switch out onto Jimmy Butler, even though Jimmy Butler's 6 inches shorter than him, and give him problems all night long. But through 4 games, Finals MVP is not a debate. It's a fun thing to talk about on these shows, but there's a reason why, if you want to put money on it, to win money on LeBron, you have to risk $800 to win $100. And if you put those same $800 on Anthony Davis, you would win $4,800. Because through 4 games, LeBron James has scored more points, has more rebounds, has more assists. The one knock on LeBron is his 4 turnovers a game. But AD's averaging 3 turnovers a game, despite touching the ball a small percentage of the time LeBron does as far as handling it, bringing it up the court. And in the most critical moment of the Lakers season, who took over? LeBron James. Not just in the fourth quarter where he had 11 points, 5 boards, 2 assists in the fourth quarter of Game 4, but 83-83 with 6 minutes left in Game 4. It's LeBron and 1. It's LeBron free throws, LeBron assist to give the Lakers, to win the game for the Lakers, to give them the 7-point lead with 2 minutes left. Anthony Davis hit a big 3, and I'll give him credit for it. That 3 happened up 6 with 39 seconds left. The game was over, make or miss. They're up 6 with 39 seconds left. So why, Wilds, I understand how great AD has been defensively. He's been good on the offensive end, not as good as LeBron. And it's not over, because if AD has 45, 15, and 8 tonight, and LeBron plays poorly, AD will win it. But right now, Wilds, it is not a debate.
Okay. So I think LeBron wins it. And I think part of the reason those odds are so skewed, like you said, is because this award is not being voted on by robots. It's being voted on by people. And I think every voter went in saying, like, this is kind of LeBron's finals MVP. Kind of deserves this one. I just feel like it was made up in this. They want to give it to him. It's like how they're like, hey, we want to give an Academy Award to Martin Scorsese. It's like, yeah, was the Irishman good? Like, we want to give it to him. I just think in their hearts, the voters want to give it to LeBron. But just with stats, here's how I think AD could deserve the award. The first thing I think he would help him have a series-defining moment. We haven't really had that from the finals yet. We haven't had our Iguodala block. We haven't had our Jordan shrug. If there was a series-defining moment that you're going to see for the rest of your life, and it comes from AD, I think it would help him. Number 2, keep scoring efficiently. He's shooting better than LeBron, just more efficiently. Not a big deal, because it's not worth a lot, but keep doing that. 3, lead the Lakers in points, rebounds, steals, and blocks. And here's how that stat line would look, Nick. And it's not outrageous to think this could happen. And then I think it would really hurt your like points, look. This is a normal game. Yeah. This is not a bad game from LeBron. But AD goes and has 15 rebounds. So at that point, he would be leading in all the major statistical categories besides assists, which I don't think anybody would, expect him to lead in.
I want to ask Wilds a question, because Wilds frustrated, and I understand.
Sure.
And the reason I was making the faces I was making is, if you think LeBron's going to have a 22.7 rebound closeout game of the finals, I got a boat to sell you. But more importantly, you said something I find very interesting, Wilds. You said assists aren't Anthony Davis's job, right? You said that.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I have a question for you. What is not LeBron's job?
I would say blocks are not necessarily job. I would say rebounds not necessarily his job, but yeah.
Okay, but he has more rebounds than AD, and they're almost even on blocks. He has more rebounds, and they're almost even on blocks. So it's not just the statistical case. It's also if we want to do the definition of valuable. And that is where, when you're like, well, the voters went into it with a preconceived notion it should be LeBron. If they did, it's not because they're so desperate to give LeBron Finals MVP awards. He averaged 36, 13, and 9 one year, and they gave it to the guy who was guarding him, who averaged 16 points a game. So it's not like voters like, we always got to give it to LeBron. We always got to give it to LeBron. It's because if they did have a preconceived notion, if they win, it's going to be LeBron. It's because as great as Anthony Davis is, this year, maybe it changes down the road, everyone knows, including AD, who the most valuable Laker is. Nobody denies that.
That's right.
I think AD's been tremendous. I think he has no doubt cemented himself as one of the 5 best players in the league and will have an argument to go into next year as one of the 2 best players in the league. But sometimes we can't see the forest for the trees. Who has had, of the 2 guys, who has had the single best game? LeBron, with his 33-9-9 with 0 turnovers in game 2. Of the 2 players, who has had the worst game? Wilds, tell me which Anthony Davis game was better than LeBron game 2. Oh, wait.
No, because
what was better than the 33-9-9?
Stand by.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.